Hey, have you ever felt that weird pull, like something's watching you instead of the other way around? Oh wow, that chill crawling down your spine? Yeah, that's not fear, that's recognition. Because tonight, oh tonight, we're talking about the mark they tried to hide from you. The secret order that tagged your soul before you ever opened your eyes. Sounds crazy, right? Nah. It's real, too real. Because you've already activated it, without even knowing it. They called you the unconscious key. Let that sink in. You, the one they underestimated, the one they ignored. You've been carrying the switch that rewires destiny itself. Boom. And trust me, once that key turns, everything changes. The world doesn't see you the same. People start acting weird. Energy shifts. Reality bends around your awareness. Ever notice that? The moment you wake up, life starts testing if you're ready. Oh, you don't believe me? Stay right here. Don't blink. Don't scroll. Because this one's for the few who were built differently. For the ones who felt something stirring but never had a name for it. For the ones who always knew deep down that silence was speaking to them. This isn't just another speech. Nah, this is a mirror for your awakening. A message from the order you didn't even know you belonged to. And if you're still watching right now, congratulations. That's not by accident. You were meant to hear this right here, right now. So, buckle up. Leave a comment if you feel it burning inside you, because I read every word, and every one of you legends adds fire to this madness. You're not my audience. You're my reflection, my army of awakened minds. Together, we're not chasing meaning, we're becoming it. So hit that like, drop your thoughts, and stay till the end, because what's coming next will make your pulse remember who it really belongs to. They said you'd never notice the key until it turned itself. It started quiet, like a breath before the storm. You didn't even feel it, did you? That pulse, that invisible tremor crawling under your skin. The world went on like nothing had changed, but deep down, something ancient shifted. A seal cracked open inside you, and the air hasn't felt the same since. You think it's just nerves, just exhaustion, just another day folding into another night. But oh, you're wrong. So wrong. Something found you. Something marked you. They called you the unconscious key, not because you sought it, but because you were it, sleeping, silent, unaware, a code hidden inside the noise of a million distractions. You walked through life like a shadow, thinking you were just another flicker in the crowd. But all along there was a pattern in your chaos, a whisper in your silence. And when it clicked, oh wow, it didn't ask for your permission. The key turned itself. You remember that moment, don't you? That split second didn't make sense. When something inside you looked back at the world differently. When the faces around you stopped being familiar, and every sound carried weight. When silence wasn't peace anymore, it was pressure. Heavy. Measured, intentional. That was it. The instant your code woke up, they knew it would happen one day. The mystic order that watches the unseen threads of men, they saw your name long before you were ever aware you had one. A symbol, etched not on paper, but inside motion, habit, instinct. You were not chosen. And here's the thing, that's the part no one tells you. The trigger isn't loud. It's not thunder, not lightning, not revelation. It's a blink, a half-breath. The smallest thought you almost ignored until it started to echo. Echo, 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 echo. You start to wonder, what was that sound behind the sound? That thought behind the thought? That pull behind every step? You've been decoding your own existence without even knowing it. Every mistake, every delay, every heartbreak, every quiet night staring into the dark, all puzzle pieces rearranging themselves until the lock finally clicked. And now it has. Oh, the world won't tell you this, but once the lock opens, you can't go back. You can't unsee what's behind the veil. The streets feel different. The eyes of people carry meaning. Time slows, not because it's magic, but because awareness sharpens every detail. You start catching things, the twitch of deceit, the rhythm of lies, the language of silence. You start to see motives instead of faces. It's overwhelming at first. Yeah, it breaks you a little. You question if you're losing it, if this awareness is a curse instead of a gift. But that's the design. Every key must shatter its old lock before fitting the new one. That's the price of awakening. The world punishes clarity because confusion keeps everyone calm. And now you've gone too far to blend back in. They'll sense it. They always do. The order that marked you, the watchers who hide behind ordinary days, they know the key is active. They know you've crossed the threshold, even if you don't understand how or why. So they'll test you. They'll send you mirrors disguised as people, questions shaped like kindness, and temptations dressed as truth. Because once the key turns, every shadow wants to know what it unlocks. But you don't even know yet, do you? You just feel it, that faint vibration under your ribs, the pulse that doesn't match your heartbeat. You can't explain it, but you can't ignore it either. It's not anxiety, it's alignment. Something inside you found the frequency it was always built to match. You can try to run from it, distract yourself, drown it in routine, but you'll fail. Because the moment you felt that click, your silence became a signal. The world hears it now. Forces you can't name have started to circle closer, like wolves drawn to the scent of awareness. You've become a beacon, not of light, but of truth, the kind that can't be contained. And once truth wakes up inside you, it doesn't whisper anymore. It demands. It demands to know who turned the key and why do you. You'll think it's a coincidence. You'll say, it can't be me. You'll laugh it off. Yeah, nah, this can't be real. But deep down, you already know. You always knew. Because nothing in your life has ever been accidental. Every crack, every loss, every scar, they were coordinates to this exact moment. And now that you're here, the question burns brighter than ever. Are you ready to face what the key unlocks? Because what's behind that door isn't waiting. It's listening. Every key thinks it opens something. Few realize it awakens what was sleeping inside it. You thought the turning was the end, didn't you? That once it clicked, once the door trembled, once you felt that strange calm spreading through your chest, it would all make sense. Oh wow. You couldn't be more mistaken. The key didn't unlock something out there. It unlocked you. That's the part they never warn you about. The order that marked you. The unseen architects who understood what sleeps inside ordinary flesh. They never mention that when awareness cracks open, the first thing that escapes isn't light, it's true. And truth, when it's raw, is not gentle. It cuts. It exposes. It drags every hidden fragment of you into focus until you can't pretend anymore. At first, you feel stronger, clearer. Your mind sharpens like a blade, your instincts move faster, your silence grows heavier. But then, the weight begins. You start to sense what others can't. You see how falsehood moves, the way people speak one thing while meaning another. The air itself starts to feel different, heavier, charged. You've stepped into the chamber behind the door, the layer of the world where masks lose their shape. And that's where it gets dangerous. Because when you can see the game starts to see you. You walk through a crowd and suddenly feel watched. Not by eyes, but by awareness itself. You notice patterns in conversations, repetitions in fate, whispers in coincidence. You start to understand that nothing around you is truly random. Every motion carries design. Every silence hides intent. Every smile, every delay, every loss was part of the current that brought you here. That's when it hits you. Yeah, this isn't discovery. It's a confrontation. You're not finding truth. You're being measured by it. The chamber tests you. It studies your reactions. It wants to know what you'll do now that you can see how deep the current runs. Will you panic and shut your eyes? Or will you hold your ground and let the current pull you deeper? That's what separates those who awaken from those who collapse. The weak drown in awareness. The strong reshape themselves to breathe within it. You start noticing more. The rhythm of time shifts. You realize every delay that frustrated you was actually synchronization, life moving you exactly where you were needed. Every rejection was protection. Every loss was calibration. The chamber isn't against you, it's forging you. But forging isn't gentle. Fire never is. It burns away weakness, hesitation, attachment to the false. It strips you until nothing remains but intent. That's when you realize the chamber isn't meant to be escaped. It's meant to temper you. Nah, this isn't madness. It's clear with the mask ripped off. Once you feel it, you can't unfeel it. The world's illusions begin to crack like glass under pressure. And when they do, the real test begins. Because truth doesn't free you. It demands you act differently. It expects alignment. It punishes hesitation. That's what they feared about you. That once the unconscious key turned, you'd stop following patterns and start rewriting them. And now, you've stepped into that power without realizing what it costs. Because the chamber never opens just one door. It opens all of them. Silence isn't empty. It's where the truth waits for courage to listen. At first, the whispers are faint, like static behind a thought. You try to ignore them, that subtle hum at the edge of awareness, that vibration you feel more than hear. You tell yourself it's nothing, just fatigue, imagination, but deep down you know better. Because the chamber doesn't stay quiet once it recognizes a conscious mind inside it. It responds. It begins gently, speaking in fragments. Echoes shaped like your own voice, reflecting what you already know but were too afraid to admit. You'll hear it between breaths, between moments of stillness, when everything else fades. It doesn't command. It reminds. It reminds you of the patterns you refuse to see, the signs you brushed aside, the instincts you buried under noise. And suddenly, oh, it clicks. That whisper isn't coming to you. It's coming from you. It's the language of the part that has always been awake. waiting for you to catch up. The real you, stripped of excuses, detached from masks, immune to manipulation. The whisper doesn't feed your ego, it dismantles it, piece by piece, until every borrowed identity collapses, until all that remains is essence. It's brutal at first. You start realizing how many of your choices weren't your own, how often you acted from fear instead of conviction, how many times you surrendered your power just to belong. Yeah, that realization hurts. It's a wound that doesn't bleed, it burns. But beneath the burn lies something extraordinary, the moment you stop lying to yourself. That's when the whisper grows stronger. It begins to shape into meaning. You catch fragments of sentences that sound like warnings and promises all at once. It tells you that awareness comes with a price, and that the price is everything that no longer serves the truth. You'll want to fight it, to argue, to say, nah, I'm fine the way I am. But that voice laughs, softly, knowingly, because it knows you're not fine. It knows you've outgrown your past, but still try to wear it like armor. And armor, when it's too small, crushes what it was built to protect. So the whisper strips it away. Not with rage, with precision. Every lie you tell yourself starts to dissolve. Every illusion you lean on starts to crumble. It's terrifying. Wow. To watch the version of you that the world built starts falling apart. But what emerges from that destruction isn't weakness. It's the raw form of intent. The one that doesn't chase approval. The one that acts because it must. That's when you understand why they called you the unconscious key. You weren't meant to open doors around you. You were meant to unlock the one within. The chamber wasn't trapping you. It was isolating the noise until you could finally hear yourself. And now that you can, the silence isn't silent anymore. It's alive, watching, waiting. You start to realize the whisper isn't random. It's guiding. It's aligning you towards something precise, something inevitable. It's leading you to the origin of the mark, because somewhere deeper in the dark, the one who marked you is still waiting. Every mark has a maker, and every maker leaves a mirror behind. You thought the whisper was enough, didn't you? That the voice within was the final layer, the revelation, the summit. Oh wow, that was only the invitation, because awareness doesn't end with knowing yourself. It continues until you confront what made you. The one who marked you didn't vanish. They waited, quietly, patiently, like a shadow that walks one step behind, no matter how far you go. You start to feel their presence before you ever see them. The air changes, heavier, charged with familiarity. You don't hear footsteps, but you sense a rhythm, a pulse that syncs with yours. The whisper that once guided you now falls silent, as if giving the stage to something greater, older, more exact. The moment is still, too still. And that's when you realize this isn't an encounter with someone else. It's a confrontation with the pattern that designed you. Every decision, every setback, every person who crossed your path, all orchestrated by something that wanted you here. Right here, facing the reflection of your own creation. You feel the weight of it pressing down, a realization that freezes the air. Yeah, this is no coincidence. The marking wasn't random. It was purpose wearing disguise. And then in that tension it speaks, not through sound, but through recognition. You don't hear words. You remember them. Memories you never lived flash like lightning across your mind. The voice says, you've carried me longer than you've known me. It's not outside you, it's woven through you. You were never chosen by something external. You were awakened by what was already inside, planted long before your awareness could hold it. It's overwhelming at first. Nah, it's unbearable. Because this isn't the discovery of power, it's the exposure of responsibility. You see it now. The mark wasn't given to glorify you, it was carved to test you. To see if when truth stripped everything else away, you would remain steady. You were never meant to dominate with it, but to guard it. Because what's unlocked in the wrong hands doesn't heal, it corrupts. That's why the order watched you in silence. That's why the world kept breaking around you, to see if your essence could stay pure when everything else twisted. The one who marked you didn't mark perfection, they marked potential. And potential, when awakened, terrifies the systems that feed on ignorance. Now the reflection speaks again. It says you are not what they told you. You are the key they never wanted to turn to. And suddenly, it all connects. Every trial was a forge. Every loss was alignment. Every moment of isolation wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You finally understand the one who marked you wasn't some distant figure watching from above. The mark was heritage. A continuity of purpose stretching through generations of unseen hands that shaped those who refused to kneel to falsehood. The mark you bear isn't ownership, it's an assignment, a promise to guard what is real, even when reality trembles. The whisper returns, quieter this time, but sharper. It says, "Now that you've met the Maker, will you accept what the mark demands?" Because the mark doesn't just reveal the truth, it calls for action. Oh, and before you disappear into the night, don't forget, your words matter here. Drop a comment, tell me what you felt. Because this isn't just a video, it's a signal. Every comment, every like, every share strengthens this movement, this awakening. You're not watching a performance, you're part of a pulse that refuses to go silent. You're the storm they never planned for, the answer they didn't expect. The unconscious key finally awake, finally active, finally dangerous to everything false. So keep your eyes sharp, your steps steady, your silence meaningful. Because now, the world's not watching you.